What's good, everybody? I'm BPC and welcome to Competitive Origins MMA. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as these videos go live. And don't forget to ground and pound the like button on this video. Now, today's topic is on Stephen Wonderboy Thompson calling out Jorge Gamebred Masvidal for our part 2. That's right, a rematch. And I'll talk more about that in just a moment. But first, I want to point out that I'm wearing a Competitive Origins No Matter What t-shirt. And you can get this at competitiveorigins.com. Now, if you type in promo code MMA28, you'll get 10% off your order. Now, a portion of the proceeds will go towards the channel so we can provide a better experience for you guys at home. You've been competing since conception, whether you're competing with yourself or others, Competitive Origins. So, in 2017, Wonderboy Thompson went up against Gamebred Masvidal, and it was a pretty good fight. Now, I did see the fight going in favor of Wonderboy 3 rounds to 0. So you're going, well, it wasn't really a close fight, and it was an entertaining fight, you know? But it was a clear-cut winner. There was no, okay, he got robbed or any of that, you know? It was basically straightforward. Now, when I saw the fight, I kind of noticed that Wonderboy Thompson was the quicker fighter. He knew how to maintain his distance, you know, and then he would stick and move. He would get in and get out, you know, get his strikes and stuff. And basically, he was able to score 2 knockdowns in that fight. Now, Gamebred had his moments, but they were far and few in between to even score himself a victory in either of the rounds, let alone the fight. You know, one of the judges actually scored one of the rounds 10-8. Which I thought was a little bit too much, but, you know, at the end of the day, I did see 3 rounds to 0 going for, you know, Wonderboy Thompson. So what happened after that fight? Well, Jorge Masvidal, you know, basically disappeared for about 16 months. And when he came back, it was like he was almost rejuvenated. See, he went up to fight Darren Till. And in the fight with Darren Till, he basically knocked him out cold. You know, got the victory there. He then went up to go face Ben Askren. Now, Ben Askren has won multiple championship titles in other organizations. So this was going to be a tough challenge. And considering he was probably a significant better wrestler than Jorge Masvidal, people were wondering how he was going to pull this off. Well, it only took 5 seconds to get the answer to that because Jorge Masvidal basically landed the quickest knockout in UFC history. 5 seconds, a knee to the head, and that's all it took. That's all she wrote. Well, Nate Diaz came back. He fought Anthony Pettis. He got the victory, and then he called out who else but Jorge Masvidal for the BMF title. And I have a clip of that right here.
The reason I was off is because everybody sucked. There was nobody to fight. But with this belt, I want to defend it against Jorge Masvidal. Had a good last fight. Good last fight. All respect to the man, but there ain't no gangsters in this game anymore. There ain't nobody who does it right but me and him. So I know my man's a gangster, but he ain't no West Coast gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that would be a fantastic fight, Nate.
And as you can see, he called him out. You know, at the end of the day, Masvidal saw dollar signs and he took the fight. Well, they had a great scrap, but, you know, it ended prematurely. The referee called a doctor in. The doctor looked at Nate Diaz and ruled it, you know, they had to stop the fight. So basically a TKO doctor stoppage in favor of Jorge Masvidal. Now, Jorge was winning every single round. He was doing an excellent job, but we were kind of robbed out of the last 2 rounds to really see if Nate was going to stage a comeback. Now, Jorge went on to go fight Kamaru Usman on a late notice fight, basically for the welterweight championship of the world. And Jorge came in and he did his job on the feet. Like I said, he's new and improved. His striking has greatly increased. He's quicker. His judgment, his decisions, his fighting IQ has just all gone through the roof. And he basically showed that in this fight. You know, he was doing a great job. He was catching, you know, Kamaru Usman, but Usman got tired of getting punched in the face and realized that since he was the stronger fighter and the more superior wrestler, that if he just held on to Masvidal, he'd be able to get himself the victory. And that's basically what he did for the fight. He held on to him, and he probably set the UFC record for most foot stomps in a fight. But, you know, it is what it is. Kamaru Usman did what he needed to do to get the victory, and Jorge Masvidal took an L. But not to his ego. You know, like I said, it was a short notice fight, so it didn't really drop him down too much. You know, he's still in there. He's still in the hunt. He wants a rematch. He wants that title fight. But he does have a lot of different offers on the table. You know, they want to put Colby Covington in the fight with him because Colby, you know, got a great victory over the former champ, you know, Tyron Woodley. And then, you know, they also have him, you know, possibly going up against Nate Diaz again, you know, and it's like, okay, well, what's it going to be? Well, let's move forward and let's hop on the bandwagon, or not bandwagon, but let's start talking about, you know, Wonderboy. Now, Wonderboy, after that fight with Masvidal, went on to lose a questionable decision against Darren Till, the same individual who Jorge Masvidal knocked out. Now, he then went on to go fight Anthony Pettis, and Anthony Pettis knocked him clean out, which was pretty surprising because Anthony Pettis was going from 155 up to 170 and was able to score the knockout. Now, Anthony Pettis was not winning the fight by any means. Wonderboy was clearly in control, but Pettis just pulled off, basically a puncher's chance, got the shot, and basically put him to sleep. Now, after those two losses, Wonderboy did recover. He went up against Vicente Luque. He got the victory. He did break both of his hands, and he's been out for over a year. And then as of last Saturday night, he was able to go up against Jeff Neal. Now, he got the victory against Jeff Neal, and if you wait to the end of this video, I'm going to have a link where I actually talk about this fight more in detail, so be sure to check that out. So now we have two fighters. You know, they kind of went on two different paths. You know, Wonderboy kind of strayed a little bit, and now he's back on the winning run. You know, we have Masvidal, who just went on a complete domination of every single fighter until his last-minute fight against the champion. So how do I see it going? Well, based on Wonderboy's last fight with Jeff Neal, you know, he looked excellent. You know, he looked great. And what I saw a little bit from Masvidal on the striking, he looked great as well. Now, Usman, the current champion, is nowhere near the striker that Wonderboy is. So to expect Jorge Masvidal to have that type of success standing on the feet with Wonderboy is far-fetched, but I do think he's going to do a better job. Now, he cannot wait for Wonderboy to initiate, because what Wonderboy does is he keeps distance, and then he runs in, punch, you know, to angles out, you know, punch over here. So he keeps moving, right? So therefore, he's not being able to land his shots. So he's going to have to start trying to initiate the engagement, start the fighting first. Now, there are going to be times where Wonderboy is still going to initiate, and therefore he needs to anticipate, okay, if Wonderboy is going to come in at me, he's going to throw a combo and then he's going to step to the side. He never just stands forward, right? He only stands forward when he wants to brawl, and he doesn't typically do that on every exchange. It's maybe a couple times a fight he'll do that, but usually he's going to want to bounce to the side. So anticipate that. It's going to be shot, and then maybe go to the left. Anticipate him going to the left and catch him with a strike. You know, what I also noticed that Gamebred had going for him in that fight, or the first fight I should say, was that when he tried to go for the takedown, I think he should have did a better job. Maybe, you know, change levels, you know, start striking and then go for the takedown. It seemed like he just kind of went for the takedown. But he was able to grab a hold of Wonderboy's body when he went in for the takedown. Now, he wasn't able to accomplish this because Wonderboy has excellent takedown defense, especially for a striker. But when he was able to grab him, he was able to essentially close the distance. Now, when he released him, he was able to fire off shots. So basically, on the separation is when he needs to begin his striking. If he can do that, he can score some more strikes in. And that's what he has to do. He has to mix it up. He has to do more initiating. He has to anticipate the strikes, or I should say anticipate the movement of Wonderboy, and then he has to clinch and then strike. He has to make it dirty because Wonderboy likes to move. If Wonderboy can't move and get away from him, then basically he can tee off on him, right? But he also has to be careful because Wonderboy is extremely quick. Now, Jorge does look like he's gotten quicker. Now, is he quicker than Wonderboy yet? I'm not quite sure. When they did stand in the pocket and they were throwing blows, it looked like Wonderboy was getting the better of the exchange. And same with, you know, when Wonderboy went against Jeff Neal. So Wonderboy is quick, and when you bring the fight to him, he will fire back at you with no fear whatsoever. He will change his game plan, fire off at you, and then go back to his game plan and keep moving and keep moving. Now, I did notice when he was able to pull off, when he kicked him down, when he kicked Jorge down to the floor, or when he got some strikes and knocked him down, Jorge would get, fed up with it and then go in and get really aggressive. Now, that is, playing into his hand, because that's what Wonderboy expects you to do, is to abandon your game plan and come off aggressive. And that's when he was able to pop, 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 step to the side, pop, 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 step to the side. So Gamebred has to be really cautious about keeping control of his temper at the same time. Now, I'm looking forward to this fight. Wonderboy did happen to say like they should run it back, quite some time ago, and Masvidal never said anything about it. And now after this another victory, Wonderboy called him out again, said we need to do it. Now, why is Wonderboy calling out a fighter that he already beat? Well, Gamebred is higher ranked than Wonderboy, and Wonderboy keeps getting these fights where he's fighting people that are ranked, lower than him. So in order for him to get this championship bout, he's going to have to start fighting people that are ranked above him. He is currently ranked at top 5. He reached out to Leon Edwards, who was number 3, and he didn't want to fight, so it's like maybe, he'll dangle the carrot. Jorge Masvidal did say that he wanted to run it back with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, that there's no beef between the two, but he just feels that he would have a better result this time around. And it might be, to the likings of Jorge Masvidal, because Colby Covington is going to be a wrestler, which is going to be a similar fight to Kamaru Usman, unless he's going to be able to stop the clinching, stop the takedowns, And I'm not quite sure if he wants that. He probably also wants to go ahead and get another big money fight with Nate Diaz, but the UFC doesn't quite want that at this point. So maybe the UFC will be willing to allow Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Jorge Gamebred Masvidal to go and duke it out and see who is the rightful, person to go on and take that next step. Now, maybe the winner of this will face off against Colby Covington, or maybe Colby Covington will get a chance to fight the winner of Usman's next title fight against Gilbert Burns, and then the winner of that fight between, Colby and the winner of that will then face off against the winner of Wonderboy and Gamebred. It's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope they make the deal. They make this happen soon. Usman, had a title fight scheduled towards the end of this year, and it was pushed off. He wasn't ready yet, and it's probably going to happen towards the beginning of this year. So maybe we'll get the welterweight division moving, and eventually we'll get to see, where these fighters end up being. You never know. Leon Edwards is also going up against a tough fighter in Chimaev. And if Chimaev were to pull off that victory, or Edwards were to pull off that victory, they might be facing the winner of, Thompson versus Masvidal. So it's a lot of different puzzles that, we don't know where they're going to end up at, but it's really exciting to see that, we have some things to look forward to in the UFC in 2021. Go into the comment section below and let me know what you think of the call out. Who do you have winning the fight between Jorge Gamebred Masvidal and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson? Do you see it being a repeat of the first fight? Do you see it be a lot closer? Do you think Gamebred is going to get the victory, or do you think Wonderboy is going to get the victory and then finally get to move up the rankings a little bit more and get to challenge for the title for a 3rd time? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm BPC. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to go to competitiveorigins.com. Type in promo code MMA28. Have a great day, guys.